So you're thinking about starting your business, or maybe you've recently started your business and it's pretty obvious that there might be a few hurdles up ahead, right? Here's a reality check. According to 2024 data from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, 20% of businesses fail in their first year, and a staggering 49% fail within the first 5. Now, if you don't know these stats, you could easily end up as a statistic in one of these groups. But guess what? You're not alone, because knowing is half the battle. And I'm sure you've heard these statistics before, but now they're about to affect you. That, in fact, that's what we're going to talk about in this video. Some very common pain points new entrepreneurs deal with. Now, you might not experience all of them, but if you're stepping into business ownership for the first time, the odds are you're going to run into one or two of these challenges. But you're going to have to be honest with yourself. You're going to have to allow yourself to recognize your weaknesses. You're going to have to acknowledge that there's just things that you just don't want to do. And then you're going to have to open yourself up even further to learn. Learn the right tools, learn and find the right resources so that you can not only survive, but eventually thrive in business. You know that you need to fix this. You know that there's things that you probably don't know. That's just common sense. And Maya Angelou once said, do the best you can until you know better. Then when you know better, do better. It's just that simple. But this is your responsibility now as an entrepreneur to know better and then do better. In business, people often dive head first, figure things out on the fly, make adjustments, and then just hope they don't crash and burn. And that's where No Boss comes in. That's where No Boss TV, our content, that if you know better, you can avoid failure. And that gives you a major leg up on success. Does it make sense? Now let's be clear. I'm not talking about these pain points to get views. I'm here to empower you. Everything I do is to empower you and employ you to be the best you can be. But to do that, you've got to face these common dream killers head on. These are the things that stop you from starting. They get you off track, your progress altogether. So let's get into these 9 common pain points for new entrepreneurs and the no boss moves that you can make to tackle them. Tackle them is uncertainty and risk. Uncertainty and risk are part of the entrepreneurial journey. There's no question about that. When things are unfamiliar, doubt creeps in. This is true in every aspect of life, right? But here's the key: knowledge is power. You've heard that before, and it's true. You need to start your business, you need to plan. Planning is the key. Planning holds the key to your success. So, download the trial version. The trial version will guide you step by step through the business planning process. The link is in the description. There's nothing for you to do other than just download this trial version and you'll be able to feel the process of planning your business, setting it up, learning and doing. Apply your business idea. You work through the startup topics. You learn what's critical for your specific business idea. Decide what's best for you. This is best for the business. This is what I'm capable of doing. This I might need a little help doing. Whatever it is, you'll complete the tasks and then you'll move on to the next step. So if you're a new entrepreneur, even if you're an active business and you know you're struggling, either way, you can go through no boss workshops and get it together. Get on track. Fix your problems. Strengthen your weaknesses. Whatever it is that you need to do. But this process eliminates uncertainty completely. Exponentially increases your chances of success, and this hands on process allows you to make better, faster decisions so you don't waste your time, you don't waste your money, and you thrive. That's what No Boss Workshops is all about. Number two, the second common pain point for entrepreneurs is limited resources. Not having the money to get your business going is a huge challenge. Here's the truth, you can't have everything, especially not in the beginning. Entrepreneurship is a journey, it's about making the most out of what you have. Prioritize, figure out what's essential and what isn't. Bottom line here is with limited resources, you're going to have to get creative and get resourceful. And if you need help doing that, let's meet up. Let's talk about it in the brainstorm session. Think like an entrepreneur. The link to the calendar schedule is going to be in the description. And let's talk it through. And why not support each other in building? So you're just starting, they're just starting. They offer this and you offer that. Trade each other's services because right now you're colleagues. It's kind of nice to kind of have a community or someone to bounce off of, bounce ideas off of, or just vent to because they understand what you're going through. The third common pain point for new entrepreneurs is your lack of experience. You've never done this before. And without the skills to run a business, it can feel like, you're navigating a maze. And so, lack of experience is one of those things. When you're a new entrepreneur, that's when you need the most direction, a clear path. It's the only way to get experience from something you've never done before. And this is yet another reason why No Boss Workshops uses the learn and do method, because you're learning and you're doing and you're testing things before you're putting it out there and realizing none of this is working for me. Somebody said on social media to do this, and I'm doing that thing, and I've wasted a lot of money and a lot of time. This is yet another reason why No Boss Workshops is so highly effective. The learn and do method is so highly effective. A successful business isn't just about the product, it isn't just about marketing, or it isn't about how much money did you have to start up. It's about all of those things. Number four common pain points for new entrepreneurs is time management. Balancing responsibilities as a new entrepreneur is a constant juggle. In the beginning, everything needs to be done. And you've got to figure out how to keep the ball rolling without burning out, right? So you'll face analysis paralysis, imposter syndrome, fear of failure, even fear of success. But that's what No Boss is here for. In the description below is all the related content to time management. Number five for common pain points for new entrepreneurs is building a team. And I hear this all the time, and I was kind of surprised in my research that you guys were so ready to build a team so quickly. So soon in the beginning stages, you guys were so ready to build a team. And I think that's fantastic. Finding reliable, affordable help is tough. It is really tough. And I knew that just from my working profession background and having a team, that finding a team was going to be a tough job. But you don't have to do everything by yourself. So you can leverage your network again with the No Boss community, outsource key tasks, hire freelancers, anything like that. So if you need more guidance, there's a link below for building a team. And so grab that information and start going through that process. Number 6 common pain points for new entrepreneurs is marketing. I am shocked at how many new entrepreneurs have not, are not marketing or doing anything. Now, I will say this, I'm a real stickler about marketing being effective because I saw it as a potential for a money pit where whatever sources you were using was promising results and you're pumping money in and you're not getting adequate results or return on your investment or return on your marketing investment. I saw it as a money pit day one, decades ago when I started my first business. With my first business, I literally faxed. It's still marketing, but it didn't cost me a damn thing. And it was the only thing I did, and it was the most effective thing I did because I was literally tapping my target market. So that's the key. If you're tapping your target market, it doesn't matter if it's the coolest thing. It doesn't matter if it's the most popular thing. It doesn't matter if it's even the most obvious thing. The key is, how are you tapping your target market? And as long as you're tapping them in, they're buying. And that's what I want you to understand when it comes to marketing. Because no matter how great your product or your service is, without marketing, you're invisible. An online presence is absolutely essential in 2024. For new entrepreneurs, you are completely invisible if you are not showcasing, displaying, bragging, talking about your business online. You're invisible. Um, an online presence is essential. And if you're not reaching your target audience, you just don't exist. So feeling lost in a sea of marketing options makes complete sense because not only do you have all these ways of marketing on all these different platforms that's requiring different criteria, you've got to figure these things out and then you've got to decide what works for you and what doesn't. It's a lot. It's a lot of noise. Everybody's telling you what to do, and you don't know where to start first or what's true and what's not, what's going to work, what isn't. So, what I want you to do is check out our content first. Um, it's a video, The Best Marketing for You. You'll see it right here on the channel. The link is in the description. And that video is the primer that you need to know, that you need to hear. Number 7 common pain point for new entrepreneurs is financial management. I've said this many times before in conversation and previous content. When any of us entrepreneurs start a business, it's a very, very, very likely chance that there are two things we know nothing about: marketing and money. Because we're in business to sell whatever we're selling. And so financial management is one of the top two reasons for business failure. is financial management, poor financial management. It's one of the fastest ways to derail your business. So just imagine you've got this idea, you do this work, you figured stuff out, you even maybe even figured out marketing, and now you're getting sales and you've been hustling all this time, and then you're not managing your money. Consider it consider financial management literally the backbone of your business. If you don't have a backbone, you're slumped. You can't stand on your own. You can't be strong about whatever it is that you're doing. And whether you're trying to secure funding, whether you're managing cash flow, you're doing business, customers are placing orders, but guess what? They're not paying you. Oh my God, I couldn't imagine. Or if you're working with a tight budget, you're really just trying to create what you can create as the orders come in because you don't have extra money to have extra inventory, to have extra nothing. You've got to use what you've got. Um, all of those things are managing the finances of your business. Your business sustainability depends on how well you manage your money. You've only got so much money to last you so much time. And if you're not generating revenue right now, then you're just spending, spending, spending. But here's the thing. When you're a new entrepreneur, you need to understand how much money you need. I have a startup budget, and the startup budget tells you how much it's going to cost to get your business started with all the things that you need, how much money it's going to cost you per month to operate, and then it's going to allow you to guesstimate how many months of marketing you're going to need to do before you start to get a return of revenue and sustain yourself. So if you think is going to cost you $1,000 to get started, then you've also got to consider how much it's going to cost you to promote your business and how many months that's going to take before you start to see an investment. So that $1,000 could be $5,000. But if you only started with one and you're out of money, you're also out of business. And that's what the startup budget is about, showing you what you truly need to get started and sustain yourself until you start to receive revenue. The other worksheet that I have for you is I created it a long time ago, and what it does is it allows you to see into your financial future. What it does is while you're in your current month and you're showing your expenses and your activity, you can literally look into future months. Um, a month down the line, the end of the year, you can literally look into future months and know exactly where you are going to be financially. If nothing changes the state, you can see exactly where you're going to be financially. And so this is really important for sustaining your business, for building your business. When should I grow? When should I expand? How should I scale? These are the types of things that you can use to your advantage. And these are things that big businesses know, but small businesses, why would you know that? Like, why would you even think about that tool? Um, and a lot of successes for new entrepreneurs and small micro businesses, a lot of it's luck. A lot of it is just luck that fell into place. But the percentage of people that fall into that really, 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 really lucky category are so few and far between that the rest of us are just left out here flopping around like a fish out of water. Well, NOBOSS is helping you do that. NOBOSS is leveraging the playing field so that you can have the information and the tools at your disposal, just like an experienced entrepreneur or just like a big business does. But you've got to learn how to use these tools. You've got to use these tools. You can't assume that you know what's going to happen and you know what's going to do, because none of us do. I don't care how many businesses you've had. I don't care how much money you make. You don't know when the market is going to turn. You don't know when things are going to change um, in business. And so you have to stay on top of things. You have to analyze information and you have to look at your activity from a bird's eye view so that you can attempt to spot areas where you need to focus on and you need to take care of. That's what it's about. That's really what entrepreneurship is about. Okay, so number 8 common pain point for new entrepreneurs is a work life balance. Everybody talks about a work life balance. And this is a tough one for me because I believe, depending on you, your lifestyle, and the type of business you have, I believe that you can find a work life balance. I also believe that at some point in your business, if you are looking to build and grow and expand as a traditional business life cycle would, there is a point where you're doing more overseeing than when you started and you're actually doing the hands on work. So that's going to give you a work life balance in itself. So it depends on what your goals are, what your plans are, what you foresee for your business, and what you consider to be a work-life balance. Because starting a business can consume your time and your energy. Building tasks into your routine will help you regain that control, boost productivity, create a sustainable work life balance if that's what you're looking for. So, if you need help with that, the time management link in the description is going to help you achieve that. So, look for that link in the description. That's going to help you quite a bit. Number 9 for common pain points for new entrepreneurs is what I call build, grow, expand, and scale. And the reason why I say that is because you have to start in order to build, and you have to build before you can grow. Each stage of business requires preparation and execution. Preparation and execution. Growing too fast, expanding too early, all of these things can hurt your business. And this is yet another reason why new businesses fail. I always encourage entrepreneurs to plan for future growth, plan for expansions, plan for scaling, because scaling your business depends on your business. The concept of scaling is the same. How you scale is different, just like how you grow is different than that person. How you expand is different from that person. So it's different. And if you need to understand your business to the nth degree to do that correctly. But remember, your financial management plays a huge role in this, a huge role, which is why it's so important to use the cash flow, the cash requirements report in order to see into the future. Because you're looking for yourself to hit these milestones. Because when you hit these milestones, you're going to know, okay, it's time to, all right, I can do this. And now you can afford to do it and do it safely without jeopardizing your business. I have a piece of content that I want you to look at first, and it's called Business Growth Phases. It doesn't sound that interesting, but it's a lot more interesting and insightful than it sounds. But basically, if you need to know what to look for, and how to set those goals for your business. This is going to help you do that. Um, okay, so that's a wrap. These are the 9 common pain points for new entrepreneurs and the no boss moves that you can make to tackle them. These steps will give you that clarity, the results to thrive. Um, but the main thing you need to remember is don't let these challenges hold you back. You've got this. Now, I'm not saying that entrepreneurship is simple. It's tough. It is tough. And yeah, I keep doing it. Oh, yeah, I keep doing it. But it is tough. It's tough because it requires um, a broad scope of skills, a broad scope of knowledge, let alone succeed. So each pain point that I mentioned, each pain point is a challenge. You need to address it head on. You need to figure out what your weaknesses are and how to overcome them through the content that I'm giving you. And of course, as usual, I will never leave you hanging or guessing on how to figure any of these things out. So here's your options. If you're a do it yourselfer, download the toolkits and resources that are in the link below. Go ahead and download those things and get started. Um, and each one of them will be chalked with the relevant tools and information that you need to complete that um, that pain point, to overcome that pain point. Um, but as usual, if you prefer live or assistance, personal assistance, then jump into um, our on-demand workshops. And I think as an entrepreneur, you have to have the open mindset that A, you don't know everything, and B, you will always be learning when it comes to running a business.